Hello. So we are going to talk about some adjectives for food and beverages. Adjetivos para alimentação e bebida. So starting with two verbs to utilize when talking about these things. First, we use estar when you have to taste the food or beverage to ascertain if it is good, bad, salty, sweet, savory, if it has too much sugar, etc. So, in that case, when you have to taste to know, you use verbo estar. If it is already understandable what the characteristic of the food that you are talking about, if it is inherent, so then in that case you are going to use verbo ser. To give you some more concrete examples, for example, o arroz de pato está bom. So you had to try to in order to know if it was good. Then in that case we use here verbo estar. O limão é azedo. The lemon is sour, but you already know that before trying the lemon, so in that case you use verbo ser. And that is the difference that I wanted to explain before moving forward or to revise. One thing to note is that the gender and number of the adjective needs to match the noun. So that is something to retain from here on. It's very important. And also on that note, some adjectives only vary according to number. So the adjectives that end with a or o have a gender, the other ones don't. But we'll see some. Okay, so starting here and still in regards of that gender number part, I put here two adjectives, cru e crua. As you can see there, between the small parentheses, that means raw. And in Portuguese, we have a word for each gender. And of course, we also have the number. But as you remember from the plurals, then in this case you only need to add the s to make the plural. So for example, starting with the masculine, I put there o bife está cru. So again, you had to cut and see if it was raw. In this case, beef is a masculine singular word, so is the adjective in singular and masculine. In the second sentence, it's the exact same, but the noun is in the plural. So, os bifes estão crus. Of course, we change the number of the verb, but also the number of the adjective. So, if bifes is a plural masculine, so is the adjective. Same thing with crua. In this case, I put a carne. A carne está crua, feminine singular, e as carnes estão cruas, feminine plural. Then I also found useful to put here the levels of cooking the steak, and also of course still using the same nouns. I put them in masculine and in feminine accordingly. A carne bem passada, well done. Médio bem passada, so in this case just medium. Médio mal passada, medium rare. E mal passada. And then we have o bife on the other side that I did not include the translation anymore because we already know what it is. The only difference is that the word passado becomes a masculine, okay, to be according to the noun. Some other adjectives that I have here for you regarding food, we have maduro or madura as opposed to verde. In this case, verde, it ends with an E, so it does not have a gender, only number. So that's why you only have verde alone. Magro or magra versus gordo or gorda for example, meat, lean meat and fat meat. Salgado ou salgada for salty as opposed to insonso or insonsa for bland. Delicioso ou deliciosa as opposed to horrível. I just That was a okay adjective that I found to be the opposite. Doce is also working on its own, just like verde, it ends with an E, so again, it only changes according to number, not gender. As you can see, there's a pattern, both end with an E. Versus salgado or salgada. So in this case, the word salgado, it appears a second time because it means salty on one hand, but it can also mean savory. So a savory treat, a savory snack, are going to use the same word. And finally, then I have here azedo or azeda for sour. That is the example that I gave in the first part. O limão é azedo. Adjetivos para a bebida. So I was just very simple with this. Fresco means cold, fresco or fresca, and natural is room temperature beverage. And then for the water, I put água lisa for still water e água com gás for sparkling water. It is common that in Portugal we drink more still water, so if you want to ask for sparkling water, you need to be specific about it.